This is day 2. I got my campsite pretty well settled. My storage tent is up. It'll probably make it I'm hoping that one makes it 2 months. It was about 2 months old as of today, putting it up. So I think it maybe has a month and a half, 2 months, before the wind and the sun kills it out here. I go through a lot of storage tents, but I don't like buying expensive stuff for the storage. Now, see that bank of clouds off in the distance? Last night, they were pretty much same position, and there was a heat storm, lightning storm going on over there all night long. Hopefully it does it again tonight. It's really a beautiful experience out here in the desert, as long as you're not getting the wind and lightning and rain on you right where I'm sitting out here in the desert, which happens, but not today. There's been a flurry of activity on the road, people coming in, some people walking around and moving in and setting their tents up, getting ready for the permit day tomorrow, the September 15th. There's nobody real near me on my side. I call it my side of the road. I like my little avenue here. Later. This Santa Fe trailer, an M18, was sold in 1973. It's a 1973 model on the paperwork, so it's officially 50 years old. And I think it's about 90, maybe 95% original condition. There's been no real restorations on it. Some repairs to the awning mounts and some of the, I think, changes to the axles over the years, but nothing that's modified. It was all OEM, I believe. The guy who originally owned it was a World War II pilot, a hump pilot. He's an interesting character. He left he has all kinds of records of everything he did to it. And he was a big fan of Willie Nelson. That intones On the Road Again. And this has basically the stock placards and everything. I belong to a group of people on Facebook, a vintage Santa Fe trailer group. And this actually doesn't fit into their profile as collectible too much, because the M18 was a step out from the single axle. I think the last year, 72, had a M17 they prized a little bit higher than this, a Can-Am style body work on the trailers and different things, but floor plans are a little different. This is by no means spacious inside. Like my previous videos, there's about 17 feet of usable space lengthwise in it. Got a pretty good ceiling height and storage capacity. Cabinets, which a lot of them need a little bit of work, but I like it. 50 years old, and this baby is still rolling around pretty good. Although I don't travel with it, I don't drag it anywhere. I keep it at storage in the summer and 7 months out here on the LTVA. The connectors, the MP4 connectors to my solar panel aren't working to charge my Bluetti directly from the solar panel, but the battery connector, the 12-volt power plug connector, works. It was at 15% down. I got it charging now off my 50 amp lithium iron phosphate battery. I'm going to hook my solar panels to my battery, 50 amp battery, and then run the charge that way until I can get a new connector for the MP4 connectors. They're either dysfunctioning or something's not reading right on either solar panel, but solar panels work fine. It's just the connectors aren't working. Hey, that's an update on my Bluetti. It all works good. I just have to figure out an easy way to charge. Thank you. Well, this is going to be the make-to charging style until I get the right, I get a good working set of MP4 connectors for my Renogy 200 watt solar panel. I don't know why those didn't, the ones that came from the Bluetti factory didn't work, but they don't work. 5-foot extenders. We'll see what I got going on here. I'll get this charged up and get back to the game. The Bluetti connector, MP or MC4 connectors are not compatible with Renogy. MC4 connectors. I mean, they plug in, they clip in, but they don't give you any current. They don't work. Doesn't really matter. My Voyager controller, I think that's a Voyager. Yeah, Voyager controller on my 200 watt Renogy solar panel system is fine. I use a bypass the method by keeping a charge on my 50 amp lithium iron phosphate battery from Renogy. Run the alligator clips and the cigarette lighter connection and cable connection to the Bluetti input charge. It takes about double the time. Instead of being about 140 watts, it's about 91 watts for charging, which doubles the time. Instead of charging up in about 2.5 hours, it'll be about 5 hours. And it's getting there. I've got another 20% to go. Started at 11:30, it's about 3:30 now. A lot to know. I guess I've got to call up Bluetti and see if I got to come up with some kind of deal where I can run a direct solar panel charge to the solar generator I have at the power station I have here from Bluetti, the EB55. And I don't want to buy their solar panels. They look like they get blown away in the wind. That's something you have to think about out here in the desert. Easy days about 10 miles an hour, and typically it's 15 to 20 mile an hour wind out here all the time. So if you got those, what do you call them, malleable or pliable solar panels, they really have a hard time in the wind. So much for that. It's almost 6 o'clock on September 15th in the evening. They didn't have the permits ready today. So anytime between now and Monday, maybe they'll have the permits in the stations. Down at South is most likely the first place, and then the other two, this La Posa North where I'm at, and west across the street, probably have them. I'm hoping tomorrow. They all seemed real positive that they were available. Not like last year and a couple times before. We ended up waiting over 2 weeks a couple of times to get the permits. They don't care. It's not their money. And it's pleasant. Nobody bugs you. Rangers, well, unless you're really doing something stupid out here, rangers pretty much leave you alone. There are about a solid 8 of us out here now. A couple of regulars. Guy pulled up on he's got a big white fifth wheel trailer and not fifth wheel, he's got a big trailer and a truck with a bunch of quads and motorcycles that he uses out here. He usually puts a flag up. I like that guy. And there's a guy with a big motorhome that hangs out on the other side of the wash. Everybody's getting ready for the permits. Let's see what happens on the 16th. The flag's up at the office at La Posa West. I'm sure South is open. The office at La Posa North, they have no camp hosts yet, so they're not open. But I went over to West and got my permit, $180 for the season. This is September 16th. They're a day late, which is better than last year. I think they were right on 2 weeks and a day late to sign up. This is a little bit better. So I'm going to put my sticker on my trailer window out here, and we'll have a go at it. Come on out.